What's up, Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Byte for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. Apple just reported its highest sales quarter ever in the history of the company this week, thanks to, yes, the iPhone. Now, in its first fiscal quarter for 2017, which represents the fourth calendar quarter of 2016, Apple posted $78.4 billion in revenue compared to $75.9 a year ago. It may not be the most innovative phone right now, but there is no denying the power of the iPhone and specifically the iPhone 7 Plus. Apple sold a record 78.3 million iPhones, up from 74.8 a year earlier, and Tim Cook said the iPhone 7 Plus was a larger part of the iPhone sales mix compared to any Plus model in past years. And that means
more money, more money, more money.
Oh, I love that show, and for you youngins, look up In Living Color with this amazing tool called YouTube. Okay, Mac sales rose slightly to 5.4 million from 5.3, which is surprising after the release of the all-new Mac Pro and a sign that it really didn't provide a significant bump in sales with the new model. And my good friend, the iPad. It was another negative quarter, selling 13.1 million units compared to 16.1 last year. Ouch! And I don't even know if they can ever turn that shit back around. Now, during the earnings conference call, Tim Cook was asked about Apple's next moves in the television space and original content. He responded, "In terms of original content, we have put our toe in the water doing some original content for Apple Music, and that will be rolling out through the year. We are learning from that, and we'll go on from there. The way that we participate in the changes that are going on in the media industry that I fully expect to accelerate from the cable bundle beginning to break down." Toe in the water? I know Apple typically comes late to the party, but dude, put your whole foot in the water already, like this company you might have heard of called Netflix. Now, he did add that Apple does have more things planned for the Apple TV, but offered no details. Hold on, let me guess, it's going to be a new processor with 4K support, no TV subscription service, a new Apple shows that you can only watch on Apple Music with a subscription. Yes. All right, a new report from Bloomberg says Apple is working on a new chip for future Macs that would take on more functionality that Intel chips currently handle. Oh, really? Now, the chip went into development last year and is similar to one already used to power the keyboard's touch bar. It's internally codenamed T310 and is being built using ARM technology. It would handle some of the computer's low power functionality and will work alongside an Intel processor. The new T310 chip could make it into new MacBook Pros this year. Apple's first ARM-based Mac chip, the T1, was part of the new MacBook Pro update and helped power the touch bar for things like emojis, shortcuts for apps, and the computer's fingerprint reader. Now, according to the report, there are no near-term plans for Apple to completely ditch Intel chips in their Mac laptops and desktops. And you know, I've been lukewarm on the touch bar, you all know this, but for anyone taking the bar exam, it's just a big no. That's because multiple states are telling law students they either have to disable the touch bar or leave their MacBook Pros at home entirely if they plan on using them while taking the bar exam in February. The reason? The touch bar's predictive text feature could compromise the exam's integrity. Now, in North Carolina, you'll be asked to disable it, but in New York and Colorado, if you show up with a touch bar MacBook Pro, you'll have to write your answers by hand instead of using the ExamSoft software on your machine, or you'll have the option to download it on another machine. Yeah, sounds like fun. All right, Apple AirPods get bug fixes in a firmware update, but it's not clear exactly what they address, and there are no new features. Hopefully, it fixes the random times the audio just cuts out when I've used them. Apple also stopped making their own Apple displays, and instead they now recommend LG's ultrafine 5K display. But there's just one problem. The hardware can become completely unusable when it's within 2 meters of a router. That's just 6.6 feet away. Now, sometimes the display will consistently disconnect or even freeze a MacBook Pro. Reconnecting it means you also need to reboot your computer. LG has acknowledged the issue exists, and it may or may not affect you depending on your setup, but this is the only display that Apple recommends you to use on their website? You know what's coming. That's a bad Apple. And remember Justin Long, the actor who used to be in one of the most memorable Apple TV commercial series of all time. He was the Mac guy, and now he's in this Huawei ad. Here, take a look.
I have a ton of experience in tech. Have I ever directed anything before? No. Do I have a director outfit, a scarf, a hat, and a vest? Yes.
Holy crap, that's a bad Apple too. Now, I'm not sure what's worse, this or the Verizon guy doing Sprint ads, because they're both pretty bad. But let's end on a high note. According to a report from the New York Post, Prince, yes, Prince, will finally come to Apple Music on February the 12th. The late artist and legend's music is only on Tidal at the moment, but his songs will now come to Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Google Play, and more. Now, it doesn't mean his entire collection will be available, and come on, if you're a real fan, you actually bought Prince's music. This is great news, but I also can't play anything related to Prince on this show because, you know, his people will try to take down this video like they did to that dancing baby in 2007. All right, that's going to do it for this week. You can email us at theapplebyte@cnet.com or tweet me at Brian Tong. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you all next time for another Bite of the Apple.